Who are you? Okay, I don't know if are you friendly? Come back? Hey, come back. Hi. Hi.
Esta es, por lo tanto, la tercera vez que se produce la veneración pública de Santa Teresa de Jesús desde el año 1582. Por lo tanto, no podemos predecir cuándo tendrán ocasión de realizar una veneración pública nueva.
La santa para mí es una cosa fuerte, grande para mí. Y por eso digo, si me voy, o sea, si cierran y no la puedo ver, digo, va a ser para mí, así es que ya al final la he visto ya, solo la pido que salud y mis hijos.
I am here outside of the door of the spot where St. Teresa of Avila is being venerated here. Unfortunately, I am not with the media, and so cell phones, videos are prohibited in the space inside there. And that's a good thing, because it does create more of a solemn atmosphere, which is good, right? We don't want everyone just not experiencing the fact that they get to be in the presence of St. Teresa of Avila's relics, or at least most of them. Her eye is missing, her jaw is missing, she's missing a foot and a hand, and not missing. They are very well accounted for, just accounted for elsewhere. Not here.
Næsta stopp
Mama.
Hey there, it's Charlotte, and I'm just finishing up my edit of this video from my trip to Alba de Tormes with St. Teresa of Avila. Obviously, couldn't really capture much video of St. Teresa of Avila because they had very mindful guidelines for how to best make use of that space for devotion and prayer and meditation, and they did a really good job with that. very professional staff helping with all of the pilgrims. I read that there was like almost 100,000 pilgrims that went to visit St. Teresa of Avila in the span of like 2 weeks in which her body was open for public veneration. So it was a great turnout for her, and an incredible saint with whom we are all blessed, I think, from her contributions to the faith, to the Catholic Church, and to, I guess, our understanding and sort of ability to reach the summits of holiness, and to really, I guess, go deeper into our prayer life. And yeah, I think that there is a lot more that I wanted to say, especially about the Carmelites in Iceland, and just generally about my experience. Most of that video was from Saturday. I also had all day Sunday in Spain as well. I had a really late flight out of Madrid, and I had rented a car. I also camped in the car that I had rented for the 2 nights that I was there. And on Sunday, I went to Mass in Alba de Tormes, and got to sit actually pretty close to St. Teresa of Avila's body. So I got to kind of be there in Mass with St. Teresa of Avila's, most of her relics, which was, Mass itself is incredible. That was awesome. Mass was in Spanish, and I don't unfortunately speak or understand Spanish, and so yeah, it was still such a wonderful experience still to be present at that Mass. And then after Mass, I went to Avila, and I walked around, and I went to the Carmelite church that is built upon, I think, St. Teresa of Avila's like childhood home. That was wonderful. And then after that, I booked it to Segovia and visited the tomb of St. John of the Cross. Didn't know if I had time to squeeze it in, but I did. And I made it back to the airport with like 10 minutes to spare before Big Drop closed. Everything went smoothly, and I am very thankful. I also had given myself a budget of $1,000 for the flight, accommodation, everything, and I came in right at budget too for that trip. A little bit TMI, but it was just a long weekend trip. I flew out Thursday night. I had a layover in Iceland. I arrived in Spain late Friday night. I had all day Saturday and Sunday. Left Madrid Sunday night. Arrived in Iceland at about like 2 a.m. Was able, because I had my first little layover in Iceland, I met some people at the JP2 Center, and they provided accommodation for me, and also accommodation. I had a long layover that let me take a nap, and I also just to pray morning prayer and just spend time and getting to know those folks there, which was a huge blessing in itself. Also got to stay with them when I had come back through Iceland. My friend Donna had given me a ride back to the airport both times, which without their hospitality and kindness and just the love that they shared with me, there is no way that my trip through Iceland would have been less expensive than having me just book a more expensive flight to Spain. But all worked out well, and it was amazing to visit the Carmelite monastery in Iceland. The Carmelite nuns in Iceland have been there for a little bit of time. They have a Asian community of sisters, and just not enough cells for the number of sisters that they have there, which is a huge blessing for Iceland. To have a Carmelite monastery, to have those nuns that are just committed to prayer for the sake of the church and for the sake of Iceland, present there, but they don't have adequate space in their convent, or sort of facilities, accommodations for their aging sisters. Their convent has a lot of steep steps, a lot of narrow hallways, and it's just not working out well for their sisters that are it's not accessible for those sisters. And so they are looking to add on to their convent, and they're not rolling in the dough. And so they're needing financial support. And so I just wanted to, I guess, make a financial pitch to anyone who might have watched this, that if you want to support those sisters in Iceland, just check out their YouTube channel or their Facebook page to learn more about what they've got going on in their campaign. Also, I'm sure that they have a place to donate to them directly, and so I will include that link below in the description. I will also say that I'm also going to put a buy me a coffee link in there as well if you want to support me, and I hope to make a financial donation to that community. I'm also hoping to make it back to Iceland for a second trip so that I can visit the 11 Catholic churches around Iceland. The Lord is present throughout Iceland, and I just would like to go visit and to see his churches there. If you want to support me in my mission or to support the Carmelites directly, please feel free to do so. I would appreciate it. I also would appreciate your prayers. And do know that I am praying for you as well. And if you have needs, prayer intentions, please feel free to add them in the comments. Please do pray for the sisters, for Iceland, for me, for the church, and for the people who are lost and just needing to know the love of our Lord. Hello. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Jeep. Oh, hello. Hello. Hi. I gotta go in the church now. I gotta go in the church. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hello. There's a cat. Look. Look.
Любиш ходматься? Draga maca. Draga, Вау! Пусти ти маму, ajde. Dragaju. Možeš ljubavi, tu je mama. Tu sam ja. Kako ide maca? Kako ide maca? Kako ide maca?